Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz,
I'm Scott.
and we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. And fair warning, Scott is a little spicy in the pre-app with work stuff, so it might be a fun episode. So here comes the music, and then we'll be on.
So now I have to put that in later?
Yeah. Put the song in a little bit later. Welcome. Oh, yeah. It's a good one. All right.
You know it's also a good one? Our Patreons, who bring this episode to us.
Patreon. Go to patreon.com/effectsloop if you want to be a patron of this show as well. You get to do cool things. Sometimes you get a handwritten letter. I still need to send one off. I know, Scott. I know. And the chat room's pretty cool. Getting the pre-app is neat. Getting the episodes early is pretty fun too. If you just can't wait to hear me fuck up some fact, then that's for you. Shout out to Philip Carter.
Yeah, you get the Philip fact checks.
The Philip fact checks. Actually,
is that technically alliteration?
Fucking wrong. Diaz was so fucking wrong.
Speaking of Philip, that's my what's new.
Philip?
Yeah.
You got a new Philip?
No. Philip and I are planning a trip.
Together?
Yeah.
Just the two of you?
His wife's going to be involved too. Yeah. We're all going. we're meeting up to go to a concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I got to do that exact same thing with Philip. I got to meet up with him and go and see Jason Isbell.
Nice. We're seeing Brothers Landreth.
Ooh, that would be really great.
Yeah.
Do you still have your chronograph?
No.
Do you have one? Oh,
sold mine.
You want me? I'll send you mine if you'll get it autographed.
We could probably arrange that. I don't know if I'll actually meet him or not, but
I don't. I mean, are they? How big are they? Like,
they're smaller venues still. Like, and the tickets are pretty cheap. So,
I mean, like $15-$20 cheap,
Yeah.
or okay,
low fees too.
yeah. So I imagine that you would probably be able to get something signed.
Yeah.
I doubt they'd be unavailable.
Yeah, so
I really don't need to get it signed. I just thought that would be funny.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to figure out some other fun things to do while we're there and meet up with friends that are in town and stuff like that. So
I still want to go to Chicago at some point. I really want to go to Chicago and do the fucking tourist stuff really bad.
Come in the summer, because then you got the boats working.
Yeah.
The river tour is one of the fun things to that's like the most touristy thing to do is the architectural boat tour, which sounds boring, but it's a tour down the Chicago River, which runs right through downtown, and they talk about all the famous buildings that are built. You get to flip off the Trump building and how it's a gorgeous building that has this gigantic Trump sign on it. And it's not even like, it's like, oh my God, I see Trump, I'm so mad. It's the font does not line up.
Oh, really?
It's like slightly not centered, and it drives me insane.
Yeah. You're not even mad at Trump.
I'm not mad at Trump. It's just the font size. It can be any word in that font, and I hate it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Having said that, it's a gorgeous building.
Yeah.
I know some of the designers of it, so maybe that's why I'm partial to it. But
yeah, no, like Chicago's it's just on the list. Like, that'd be a cool place to go. I mean, I still haven't done like New York City.
I did not enjoy New York City when I went.
I have a feeling I wouldn't want to be there for a long time. Maybe just like I would like to stay outside, and then go in for the day. Like, I couldn't do that many people. That's like that much going on for that long.
Yeah, it's intense. Like Chicago has areas like that, but it's not the whole city. Whereas like Manhattan is like the entire city is like that.
Dude, if I went to but if I do Chicago, I'm not. I have a rule. If I'm not in the state of Tennessee, I'm not on my diet. So
you're gonna have a Chicago hot dog, and
I would have a Chicago dog. Gotta try like
deep dish pizza,
the Chicago deep dish pizza. Yeah,
Italian beef you'd probably love. That's like the real street food of Chicago, in my opinion. Yeah. And there's like Italian beef where they do an Italian sausage and Italian beef together. They call it a combo.
Yeah.
You'd like that.
I don't know if I'd want to do this. I feel like I'd have to do it twice, because I feel like Chicago's one of those cities, like when I think of it, like in the movies, I think of like wearing like the coat in the cold, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's what it is 6 months of the year. It's cold here.
So I gotta figure, I gotta like go, whatever it's cold but not super cold, and then go whenever it's warm but not too warm.
Yeah. So yesterday, Pat Mayberry came up and I got to play with him again. And he lives in Nashville. So he was up and he was just like, man, I forgot how much I hate the cold in Chicago now that I live in Nashville now. Like, it's just.
So is it like a very thin cold?
Thin cold?
Okay. So I guess.
What's this term? This is new to me.
A thin cold is like almost like a piercing your skin cold. Like
yeah.
Or is it more because like around here we have two different colds. We've got the.
Do you call it a thick cold by contrast?
Like a well, no, we do. There's like a thin cold, and then there's like a humid cold. Like we do use.
Oh, okay.
But like
cold.
Yeah,
huh?
It's weird. I mean, the air is very thick. Yeah. So yeah, thick. It is.
Okay.
You can cut the air with like a knife, is what it feels like.
Well, because you got to remember, like once basically it drops below freezing here, which it does for months on end.
Right.
All humidity's gone.
Okay, so here we can still, and especially whenever it's floating like in the 20s, like right, like this week it's been like I think today is like 25.
It's that cold by you? It's actually warmer here.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, we've had a crazy cold go on for the past few days, the past week about. But yeah, it was like 25 at one point today, and
51 degrees right now.
Yeah, it was just like super. It was very like a humid cold, but that's because we just had warm weather, then it got cold really fast, and then it's going to get warm again. Mm. So, but whenever it's like cold and stays cold, it gets more of a thin. The humidity does go.
It literally freezes through your windshield.
Yeah,
the dew freezes on your windshield. You have to scrape it off every morning.
Yeah, it sucks, especially because we're not prepared for that stuff. Because like we buy a scraper and it like we only need it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, mine just lives in my car.
See, that's crazy. All right, so is that your only what's new? Do you have more what's new? What's new, Scott?
I used my board for the first, like my new board for the first time.
The smaller one?
Yeah, well, it's the bigger, smaller one.
Bigger, smaller one. Okay.
Yeah, so I went from a Metro 20 to a Metro 24.
Okay.
Modified it, so now I have a taller feet mod on it, and I got my wireless under it because I cut the board to fit a wireless unit in. So I got that with a fuzz, the whatever that Chase Bliss stereo pedal that I have is called. Generation loss and expression roller and an expression pedal, and that's like the whole rig.
Nice.
Oh, and a pickup simulator for the fuzz to use with my wireless. So yeah, I used that live for the first time. Worked like a champ. It's great.
Very nice.
Yeah. How about you? What's new on your world?
I don't have anything guitar related, but I did get an Xbox Series X. The girlfriend kind of spoiled me.
How much are those these days?
500.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they're expensive. Well, one of the things was Jude always brings his Xbox back and forth. So she was actually talking about getting me and Jude one as like as a Christmas present, but they couldn't find one in stock. So I told her, I was like, well, they've got them in stock, and she was like, get it. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I beat Metroid Fusion on my Switch this weekend.
Yeah. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 a lot.
And like then the OG one?
No, the new one.
One.
Oh, the new one's fucking phenomenal.
Is that on Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no. That's been what I've been playing this week. And then that and Forza. Been playing quite a bit of Forza.
I miss Forza.
I've got GTA 5, and I'm thinking about killing some hookers tonight. So yeah.
And then you're gonna play video games after?
Yeah, that's it. I've got, honestly, because I got the Game Pass, I've got way more games than like I know. It's almost like option paralysis. So I need to.
The whole Game Pass thing's interesting. I remember back when I used to play Xbox a lot. There was a rental company where you could it was like the Netflix of video games.
GameFly?
Yes.
Yep.
That's what it was. So I went through a bunch of games doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was my summer of fun employment that I didn't realize was fun employment. So it was right after I graduated college, and then before I started my job. I had like 2-3 months off.
Nice.
But I was like looking for a job then in the middle of the recession. So it wasn't a stress-free time.
Yeah.
And basically my job was like drive my sister to the hospital, and like we had a lot of like family stuff going on. So it wasn't a fun time. But yeah, I played a bunch of video games.
Nice. I haven't played video games in forever. This week's have been the most I've played video games. Yeah. Like the first night I got the Xbox, I was up till like 3:00 in the morning.
Where do you put the Xbox? Do you just put it on the floor?
No, it's underneath my TV on the thingamajigger.
Okay,
Entertainment Center.
It just looks big. Is it like the size of a computer, but like square instead of like rectangular?
Yeah. No, it's a little bit smaller. I mean,
Okay.
it's
it just looks huge.
I mean, it is big, but like, I can send you a picture of what it looks like. Yeah, here, I'll send it to you.
I'm looking at pictures of it.
Yeah, but not in my living room.
Okay. It looks about the same size as the center channel for my surround sound.
Yeah, possibly. It's not super huge, but I also I got a skin for it. I'm gonna put it on tonight. Anywho, okay, we're not being motivated at all today.
Yeah, that's the show.
Let's talk about some gear news. So first up is Chase Bliss has the Mood Mark II. So it's got some
Okay, so first things first, this was teased like right after we released our episode last week, so we didn't cover it.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Right? Because they teased it saying like this is a improvement on a previous pedal. It's stereo.
Everyone was hoping that it was a pedal that had been discontinued.
I personally was pushing I was hoping it was either a tonal recall stereo.
Yep.
Which I don't really know why I want a tonal recall that's stereo. The tonal recall is great mono. But my real desire is for a Dark World that's stereo.
Yeah.
Because the minute that comes out, I'm selling another pedal. I'm selling two pedals.
I feel like Chase Bliss should do a tonal recall Dark World 2-in-1. The Total World.
And charge $1,000 for it.
Dark Recall.
Yeah.
Fuck your the fuck your wallet. that's just,
screw you. That's why.
Truth in advertising, because fuck you. That's why. We do the Dave Chappelle little meme, be like, "Hey Joel, why'd you charge $1,000 for this 2-in-1 pedal?" Because fuck them. That's why. Which is a joke. Joel would never say that. Joel's an amazing person. We're totally just joking.
If he was that way, Mike Piera could do that overnight.
In a heartbeat.
He can just
Fuller,
say yeah,
that would be on brand.
He's got stuff he could do that too. Like his solid state tape echo, I guarantee you, he's going to keep making like one or two here and there. The way like Bill Finnegan keeps making like one or two clones a year.
Yeah,
just for fun. But going back to it, this is the Mood. We did not see the Mood coming in our whole discussion of like what pedal are they going to revamp, because we were like, it's too new. That's weird. That is one of their. So what have they had since then? The Generation Lost and the what's the yellow thing? Habit, and I believe the Automatones were also
after the Mood.
The Reverb one was for sure. I'm not sure about the Preamp Mark II. Yeah,
but anyways, like it. I love the color. It's like a very nice lavender.
Yeah, I like that. It's interesting that they did come up with a new color instead of staying with the orange.
Well, it's a good way to differentiate between the two, so that way you have to sell your old one and buy the new one.
Yeah, that's fair. So
I'm sure that wasn't the plan, but it's a good plan.
So the Mood has always been this granular delay kind of weird thing with the movable clock, and it still keeps that
like a
core.
Looper, right?
Well, like so it was mini loops. It was not a significant looper. Whereas like the blooper was like the looper.
Oh, okay, that's right. Was the blooper after the blooper was before the Mood?
Was announced first, and the Mood kind of came out as like a byproduct of it.
Right.
It's how they pitched it.
Yeah, it seemed like the Mood was like the blooper, but short loops.
Sort of, but yeah, they did some other stuff with it. So now they added a bunch of new features to it, including making it stereo now, which at first we were like, why does that pedal need to be stereo? Synth players.
Right. And that's the thing too, is Chase Bliss has realized that market, kind of like Maris, Strymon, some of these boutique people who focus a lot towards delays and reverbs and modular, or not modular.
Mm-hmm. No, the modular synth is a part of it too. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't talking about modular synth. I was talking about like mods, like mod effects,
modulation effects.
Modulation. Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry. Modular was the word that just kept repeating in my head, and I was like, "That's not the word. That's not the word. That's not the word." Anyway,
modular was stuck in your head, and you need to replace that component with another part that would just fit right in.
Right.
Maybe if there was a name for that.
If it was modular. All right. Anywho, but yeah, like that's the thing, is like a lot of those brands have realized the world of synthesizers, and even just keyboard players are using these effects. I mean, I've seen a lot of keyboard players that have a Big Sky sitting right on top of their keyboard.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then
I know people running them outboard.
Right. I mean, it's like there's just a lot of people who are using those effects that are not guitar players.
Oh yeah.
And it's really cool because, like you said, the synth players and stuff like that with going stereo with this, it's one of those things that's like they're playing to the audience that as guitar players we don't see it because these are air quote guitar pedals, but they're being used for other things, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. So coming in at $400, which is about $50 more than what the Mark I Mood was.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to stop producing the original Mood or not.
I would assume making both of them at the same time is a little redundant.
Yeah.
I feel like they could focus their efforts more if they took the Mark I down and put it towards something else. Maybe.
I also think they could just charge $400 for the regular Mood, and it would probably keep selling.
But this one's purple.
They added freeze functions. They added overdubbing. There's a sync function now. I think you can MIDI sync it now.
Oh, that'd be cool. I was down whenever they said freeze. Like, I was like, I love a cool freeze.
Well, I mean, that's how I limped into the Mood was, I did the EHX Super Ego, then the Super Ego Plus, and then I jumped into a Mood, and I've mainly used it for like creating pads.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to it, and it's easily the most underused pedal I own, especially now that I play with people who make pads, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
But
I think
a
guitar player.
Yeah, they've also come out with the field guide, which is like the super detailed thing that they're doing now.
Is it like 50 pages?
It's short pages, but yes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more in depth, a lot more education. So go check them out. Dive into the details if this is your area, and let's move on to Beatronics, who was also teasing something as we released our episode. So this was something that we were about to talk about and do.
Yeah, Beatronics unleashes a chorus pedal, the Seabree Harmo Chorus. CB Harmo Chorus. Sorry, I can't read. Those aren't. Yeah, they have. Yeah, whatever.
So it's an analog chorus with some digital features on it. So it's got pitch shifting in the modulation. It's got 3 different chorus modes. And then 3 in this like harmo chorus idea. Full MIDI control, expression, external tap tempo, 2 stereo out options, 4 input level options, cater for guitar, bass, active pickups and synths, so extra headroom. That's actually pretty awesome, especially since it's a Bucket Brigade chip, and I tend to like an overdriven guitar signal can push Bucket Brigade stuff into clipping, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
$350. Oh. Also, it is a gorgeous looking pedal.
Yeah.
I love Beatronics look. I still keep wanting Beatronics stuff. I just haven't pulled the trigger.
Yeah, it sounds phenomenal and it looks great. It has some really cool stuff going on in this. It is very unique. I love the look. Like, honestly, this is Beatronics is just when they make a pedal that just looks phenomenal. That's it right there.
You know what pedal also looks phenomenal these days?
What's that?
The Digitech Bad Monkey.
You know how phenomenal it looked? Gary Moore's Digitech Bad Monkey is listed on Reverb for a cool 10,000 pounds.
So an important thing to note, it's listed.
Yeah.
It's not. It didn't sell.
It's that's the old like eBay rule. Is like, okay, yeah, that's what they might be asking for, but what are people actually buying it for? Sadly, people are buying those bad monkeys for stupid prices right now. Not a lot of people, but some people.
Give it 3 weeks.
Just let it die. No one's gonna give a shit in 3 weeks.
Though I enjoyed the it's been the source of internet fallout forever, and I'm kind of sick of it already. So we shouldn't dwell on it much longer. But I did love his t-shirts. Who,
Gary Moore?
No, Josh Scott making fun of him.
Yeah, Chewy. Okay, yeah. I mean, so this whole freaking Bad Monkey thing, it just is another guitar pedal that people shit on forever, including myself. So this one time I went to a church and I was kind of like auditioning, and the other guitar player, he ran an acoustic guitar into a Bad Monkey to the straight out to the board, and it was an Ibanez acoustic. I remember that, and it sounded like butt. I'm pretty sure it was just a user error, and I mean you could use it if he was using a passive guitar. You said that in the preamp. If you're listening to the preamp, then you know the story. Sorry, yeah, it sounded horrible, and I shit on these pedals, and you know what? I still think they sound horrible, and I think that you need to stop listening to Josh Scott, people.
I mean, keep listening to him. Just stop, freaking out.
Stop. Yeah, stop. Don't freak. Like Josh, it's not like Josh Scott is unveiling the holy grail that we've all passed up. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of great pedals that a lot of people have used and made sound fantastic, but who cares? Find what you like. Find something that's new and different. Stop chasing trends. Ian, I'm sorry, that was mean.
I mean, Ian would buy one of these because it's a tube screamer.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big tube screamer fan anyway, so
I'm not either.
I like what I like. Some people can make them sound great. I am not one of them people.
Same.
Yeah. I don't know what I've been honestly right now. I just dig my clone from Electroharmonics. Not Electroharmonics. Yeah, Electromotive Sound Co. My brain's not working today. Yeah. I need to go to bed. But yeah. But you know what? If you really want to get that Bad Monkey sound, here's 5 pedals. There's a list that are alternatives that you can try that'll get you a good sound and you can actually afford.
We can cut it down to one. Go buy an EHX East River Drive. Especially now that they're hyped up too, because Mike contributed to it. So there you go. Yeah. There you got the street cred, the cheapness.
You got all right. So Wampler Triumph,
crappy knobs.
Okay. That's the Wampler Triumph right there is great. It's $100.
Yeah, this was his first cheap pedal, if you remember right. And I haven't seen much more from him yet in this range, but I expect more in.
Apparently, this is a brilliant pedal based on the original Bad Monkey circuit.
Ta-da!
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The Way Huge Smalls Green Rhino, Mark V. So the Way Huge, the Green Rhino, they've got the smaller version. $150. I mean,
you can get a $20 tube screamer or like whatever from like those Amazon Basics pedals.
Yeah. Seymour Duncan 805, $180. I wouldn't pay that much. Plumes, $100. I mean,
yep.
If you want to be boutique and a cork sniffer, there you go. Earthquaker Plumes.
I know. Is Earthquaker Devices boutique anymore?
I don't fucking care. EHX East River Drive, $82.
Yep.
The cheapest one out of all of them, isn't it? Yep. Go do it. I might get one of those. Even with their stupid knobs. All right. KHDK and Slipknot's V-Man promise a gritty as fuck tone that will change your life with their new Totality Overdrive.
Limited edition pedals. Yay.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. It looks interesting.
So it's an overdrive, right? With a mid-shifting kind of functionality?
Yep. It's got gain, tone, direct treble, and direct bass. And then some mid-shifts. switch, a mid-shift switch. I just like the look of it. It looks like well, you're not from trashy parts of the world, Scott. So down here in the trashy parts of the world, we got these people who think they're bikers. They're not really bikers, but this will be something that they have. I kind of like it.
It looks like an Affliction t-shirt. Not quite an Affliction t-shirt, but
if Affliction and Harley Davidson had a baby.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Nailed it.
The pedal actually looks like it's wearing a bandana. If you look at it. And you just saw it and you're like, dang, he's right.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It also has that look of like the guy who shouldn't be on a motorcycle who thinks he's really cool. That's like wearing all leather and eating barbecue and getting barbecue sauce on it and looking like a fucking fool. Yeah, something that he would wear because he thought it made him look tough.
Well, if you want to look tough, this pedal's $249.
I don't want to look that tough.
It's going to be built out of their KHDK's Prague custom shop. I didn't know they were out of Prague.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like it just has Kirk Hammett's name on it, right? Like it's not really like.
Yeah.
Okay. Neat.
Anywho,
you know what's also neat?
What's that?
The Digitech envelope filter 440 has been reissued and is back out.
You mean the DoD?
What'd I say?
Digitech.
Well, it's Digitech DoD. So.
Well.
I was just reading when I did that. Yeah, it's out. Go buy it. It's back in stores.
Nice.
They did a press release for it. I'm not going to feature it because we've already done enough on it. It's an existing pedal. It's good to see the DoD stuff finding its way back out in the wild.
Yeah.
As they ramp production back up now that Cord owns them.
Are they still producing the Rubberneck?
I don't know. They had the Corcosa fuzz on their website too, so I think they're about ready to like really launch everything back. And like the Whammy was on their website, so we'll see what else comes out. So Fender Japan has the traditional Stratocaster reverse head limited run coming out.
Yeah, I like it.
So other than a reverse headstock, what's new?
I don't know. It's reversed.
It's a U-shaped neck, 21 vintage style frets, reverse headstock, 9.5-inch radius, anodized pickguard. Yeah,
I love a good. I mean, this is I love this sunburst. Or what type of burst is this? Is this
3-tone sunburst?
3-tone sunburst, but it's got the darker color. Or it doesn't go too dark. It doesn't go too red. I think that's what it is.
The red is pretty thin on this one.
I don't like it getting too red, and I love the gold hardware with it. It really reminds me of kind of like that SRV Strat, except for the reverse headstock.
Oh, there's weird glare coming off. If you're not watching at home, Scott is holding up his 3-tone sunburst Strat right into the camera right now. So
and I wasn't looking.
Yep.
Hold it up again. I wasn't looking. You didn't tell me. I was looking at that. It's the middle finger. Surprise, motherfuckers.
It's a homemade gift. Comes from the heart.
Yeah. I got it, Target.
How much is it?
I don't know. I got
148,000 yen.
Well, it isn't. It's not my fault. It is.
Which is $1,130.55.
That's a great price for a Japanese Fender.
That's how much Mexican Fenders cost. So yeah, if you can find a Japanese vendor who's willing to ship it to you for a reasonable price.
Usually you can find them on Reverb.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they put them on there all the time just to sell them. I would do this if I had the money. If I had the blow away money. It looks wonderful. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know. I haven't played a Japanese Fender that I did not like.
I should probably study up on this a little bit because, like, at some point, I think it might be next year, I'm going to do a trip to Japan.
Are you going to buy a guitar while you're there?
Yeah, I should just travel with my double mono case empty and try to fly back with 2 Japanese guitars or something like that, or figure out a way to do that.
And you could find some cool stuff over there for great prices too. If you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're like they've got those crazy stores of pedals and stuff like that. That just look really cool to check out.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, it's gonna suck for you though. You've been to Japan?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know my whole I'm tall thing will suck.
Yeah, I was thinking specifically for like the guitar places, because I could just imagine being like, and I've seen a lot of
like
pictures.
claustrophobic. Yeah,
they're very cramped in, is what it looks like. When I look at it, I'm like, all I see is neon lights and not a lot of space.
Did you ever see photos of when Philip and I went to Rock and Roll Vintage here in Chicago? Their floor's so full. Like I was like carefully walking. I'm like, I'm going to knock something over and it's going to be expensive. I was freaking out.
Yeah. Oh, the girlfriend got a better paying job. Maybe I can buy me a Harley Benton soon. We'll see.
You know what you really should do is now, when she gets a new job, you should spend all the money extra that she's going to make pre-tax on a new purchase. That's what you should do responsibly.
Well, at some point, I'm not talking about like next week. I'm saying at some point,
like within a month or so. Yeah.
Oh no, a few months.
You also just got a $500 Xbox.
No, I'm talking about like maybe for like my birthday in September or something. Like,
yeah.
I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
All right.
I've cut out a lot of bills too. Well, she picked up my car payment, so she
bought you an Xbox. She took over your car payment.
She's buying me a car, pretty much. And,
I think you've got a sugar mama, buddy.
I'm working on it, dude. I'm like building her up. She makes more than me. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna stay at home, Diaz.
Gosh, no. Facebook is not ready for what's coming with that.
I know, that's right. Just go. Honestly, I have not been on Facebook that much. I mean, I've been like, I look at stuff. I don't interact on Facebook that much anymore. I just mostly observe, kind of creep over there. But speaking of creepy, not really.
No.
Did we already talked about this, didn't we?
This is very familiar. And part of the problem is just like Charvel guitars are just, they're doing so many artist models of Charvels where I'm like, oh, cool, it's 2 humbucker Charvel with a special finish. But this is the most traditional looking Charvel I've ever seen. Matching headstock,
the pickguard,
traditional pickguard.
Yeah.
Though it is a side jack for the input jack. If you notice, it's not on the guard there, and it doesn't have the on the face thing. It's off to the side. 2-point tremolo, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is the Prashant Aswani.
Yeah,
I just butchered that name. I don't know who this is. It comes in Inca Silver, which is a great color. Is something like I'm in European prices here.
Sorry. One of the interesting things, so it's got Charvel PA 28 humbucker pickups.
$1,400.
Yeah, they're Alnico 3 magnets. They're wired using a set of Dunlop super pots. So the controls consist of a single volume and tone control plus a 5-way blade switch, where position 1's the bridge, position 2 is both outer coils, position 3 is the bridge and neck pickup, position 4 is both inside coils, and position 5 is only the neck pickup.
So it's a 5-way switch.
Is position 2 both outer coils on a normal 5-way?
Depends. But a 2 humbucker 5-way switch, that's not that odd of a arrangement.
Well, I'm not saying it's odd. It's just interesting. But
like my Schecter has that. That's the way my Schecter is wired. Now, I don't know what super pots are.
They're not just regular pots. They're super pots. You know what? I smoked some super pots one time, and it was phenomenal. Anyways, and it's got a Wilkinson WVS 130 CR 2-point locking tremolo bridge and locking Charvel tuners.
They're just super sealed pots for a longer life.
Yeah, super sealed. They're super.
I was thinking like maybe they had a thing where like if when you're in a mode you get a different resistance, like they're dual gang. And so like when you're in single coils, they drop down to like 250, and when you're back in humbuckers, they go back up to like 500K. That's what I was thinking they might be, but they're not.
No, they're just super covered, super waxed, super flat.
If you aren't fully aware of all the Diaz adjusting his mic noise that is going on right now, he is approaching full lean back situation, and the mic is about to fall out.
It's not. No, because I've got it at an upward angle, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to fall out.
Foreshadowing.
I'm holding on to it.
This is foreshadowing.
You know what? Shut the fuck up. Court Earth L60M OP review. Sub $200 acoustic with price-defying playability. I just put it on there because it was cheap as shit.
All mahogany.
Cheap as shit. It looks. I don't.
So yeah, if you were looking at like a D15, but that's too expensive for you, this might be where you're looking.
It does not look able to play.
It has a Fishman Presys 2 piezo in it.
Oh wow.
If you get the electroacoustic version, there's a basic version, and then there's that. All mahogany. I am assuming that's plywood. Is it solid wood? It looked. I mean, it's got a book matched back, so it could be, but I would, at that price point, I'd have a hard time believing that's an all hardwood guitar.
No way.
Solid mahogany top, laminate back inside.
There you go.
There you go. And it's a Laurel mahogany, not like mahogany.
Mahogany.
And it's a matte open pore finish, so I also wonder how that's going to age. It probably feels awesome to start.
I don't know what that looks dry as shit. All right. So, anyways, I want to talk about this next thing. So, there's a guitarist that posted a picture, and it went nuts. I freaked out. He builds the John DeLong, which is a combination John Mayer and Tom DeLong guitar.
I feel like I saw this a while ago.
It's fucking new to me, and I'm digging it. All it is a PRS Silver Sky with
Duncan Invader in it.
Duncan Invader with a single volume knob and custom pickguard. Yeah, I still dig it though.
Yeah, I mean it's an SE, and I mean we saw what was weird was dude, I
really fucking dig this.
The SE Silver Skies, only like the slate blue color really sold well.
Yeah.
And you saw the dragon fruit sold well too, but like the green one did not sell well. And you saw them like marked down in price and went on clearance. So
are they still on clearance? I didn't know that.
Andertons did them like $100-$200 off. So
let's see.
Keep an eye out there. I mean, you can find a Silver Sky SE for like $550 if you're not particular about the color. And then the other fun thing to remember is you can just vinyl wrap the guitar into whatever color you want.
Yeah.
So I remember I was thinking about doing that with the Nebula. They have a vinyl that does the Nebula finish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm seeing how much a green Silver Sky SE is on Reverb right now. $600 is the lowest one.
And they're $850 new.
Oh, that's stone blue.
Oh, that's pretty good for the stone blue.
It's in good condition though. I wonder if they're just being modest.
I don't believe condition ratings until I actually look at pictures.
Yeah.
You can't trust people.
Truss rod cover's missing.
So? That's easy.
Does it have a back? Ooh! Whoa, hold on.
They come with a back plate.
The back plate's missing. And also there's some weird looking, I don't know. I'm going to send this to you. It looks like there's almost like a cracking going on at the headstock.
Oh, then avoid.
Well, I'm not actually going to be buying one. I just happen to see. Look at that picture. Look right there. Or am I just seeing things?
That's the scarf joint in the neck.
Oh, is it? It's the scarf joint? It looks... Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to peel, right?
Yeah. Okay, that angle just made it look really bad. Okay. Oh, it's got a couple dings in it. Not horrible, but...
Yeah. That's the way. If you look at your camera right now, you'll see mine has that same joint.
Hold on. Okay, yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah. But it was just that angle and the lighting made it look very prominent.
Well, because it's weird because they PRS does the angled headstock where it's a two-piece. Like that's a glue joint right here.
Yeah.
That's why they're a little stronger than Gibson's.
And why people say once Gibsons break and you re-glue them and you can actually make them a lot better.
Well, no, I mean part of the reason they break is because if you look, the neck goes all the way to here. The headstock does. So it's a nice consistent thing. And the reason is where the truss rod cover is, the grain is going in a different direction than it is on a Gibson. That's why it breaks. It's being cut into the wrong spot of the grain.
Oh.
And it's not very strong.
Well, why doesn't someone tell Gibson about this?
They know.
Oh, they know?
They know.
They just don't give a shit.
They just don't do it. I mean, with today's CNC cutting and everything like that, they should just do a waffle joint or a finger joint the way tailors do it.
Yeah.
If you ever look at tailors, they do a finger jointed connection there. So it's like super strong.
Yeah. Well, fuck you, Gibson.
Speaking of super strong and indestructible, Dan Electro.
Yes.
Has the new 59 Triple Divine guitar, adds a pickup to one of the company's classic designs.
I dig it.
3 lipsticks.
That's more than the 2 lipsticks.
Yes, it is.
That's math.
Is this the baritone? Or is this the regular scale?
I believe it's regular.
I think it's the regular. Coming in at
$800.
$800.
That's a...
Which is an extra $100 over the regular 2 pickup one.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the negative. I don't know. I like Dan Electras in my $200 to $300 range whenever people are selling them used.
I'd have a hard time buying a new one.
Yeah, Dan Electra is one of those I'd rather just buy used because it's not going to be great anyways.
Well, because you also know there's just a ton of them.
Yeah, who's buying all these Dan Electras all the time?
Emo girls learning how to play guitar.
Really?
I mean, Phoebe Bridgers, man.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Dude, Phoebe Bridgers is huge.
I don't know who that is.
You want a good cry?
Of course, I'm always down for a fucking good cry.
Actually, so without fully ruining the show for you, that's a theme in a show I just watched on Apple TV, The Shrinking.
Oh yeah, you said that was pretty good. The whole thing is
and so the therapist is like, "How do I deal with grief? I allot 15 minutes of the day. I put on the saddest song I know, and I just cry it out. And then at the 15 minutes, I go on with my life." And that's how they experience all the grief. And so the daughter in the show, the dad walks in on the daughter crying, listening to Phoebe Bridgers. I think she's listened to This Is the End, or I Know the End, or whatever the name of that song is. It's the last thing on Punisher, last track. It's also the song that she smashed a guitar in. So fun callback. And then later, the dad learns about it, and he's riding a bike because he loaned his car out. So he's like going home, and he's crying while riding the bike. He's like, "Screw you, Phoebe Bridgers," and just screaming out. And it's Jason Segel.
Is this supposed to be a funny show?
Oh, it's a dry humor.
Okay, I like dry humor.
Harrison Ford's great in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to check.
Jason Segel. Jessica. What's her last name? She was on The Daily Show.
Why are more people not talking about this?
It's ongoing right now. Like it's not done. Like they're doing weekly episodes.
I
think they dropped Severance all at once, so everyone binged it.
I haven't seen that either.
Severance is good too.
Ted
Lasso's good.
I love Ted Lasso. I'm waiting for season 3.
I already started.
Wait.
Yeah, first episode came out last week.
Motherfucker.
Comes out on Wednesday. So when our episode comes out, episode 2 of Ted Lasso will be coming out.
So listen to this and then watch Wu-Tang and watch Ted Lasso.
I mean, Wednesdays are a great night for TV now because you got Ted Lasso, you've got Mandalorian, and you got Bad Batch all coming out on the same day.
And Wu-Tang.
Sure.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Sure.
So. All right. Well, the Effects Loop is something to fuck with. Go to theeffectsloop.com and it has links to our Facebook group, our Instagram, our merch, our Patreon, our YouTube. If for some reason you're at work and you want to listen to us and you have to play YouTube in the background, do that.
If you really want to mess with Effects Loop, join our top Patreon tier and I will give you Diaz's cell phone number.
I don't care. Go for it.
That's the perk.
Yeah. Scott will give you my phone
And
number.
whenever someone signs up for 1 month and then gets rid of it, Diaz has to change his phone number.
I have not changed my phone number in like 18 years.
I'm on my third.
16 years.
I'm on my third cell phone number.
I haven't changed my phone number in like 16 years. I was 18 when I got this phone number.
Yeah, I was like 16 when I got mine. Then I got rid of it when I was 22 because I moved to Canada.
Oh, you got a Canadian number?
I got a Canadian number, and then when I moved back here, I couldn't get my old number back. So.
Yeah. Did you call someone and be like, I'll give you $5 if you give up your phone number?
Well, I was really trying to get a 312 area code, and I didn't succeed at that.
Why?
312 is like the Chicago area code, the original one.
Yeah.
Or 630, which is the Chicago suburbs I grew up in. I used to have a 630 number.
Chicago, Illinois.
And that's the extent of personal information I'm giving out on a podcast.
Yeah. I know where he lives. All right, guys. If you want to know where Scott lives, don't ask me. I'm not going to tell you.
Just buy something from me.
That's true. I'm surprised. I don't know. I've thought about...
I could start using work as my return address. It's pretty obvious where I work.
Yeah. It's a big-ass tower. All right, guys.
You can see it for miles.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Dictionary, why is negativity always drawn out? Pictionary, visualize love, energize lives together. We undefeated, a plan to make weathers, no gloves needed. When we weed into the mindset of achieving and believing in a community that remains happy. Ever after, the world should be one, hate annihilated, every heart is one, love again. So, don't buy the hate, don't separate. We're strong when love overcomes.
All right. I'm hungry. I'm going to go cook some steak.
I'm going to go microwave my dinner too.
I got a T-bone steak for dinner tonight.
Beef. Chipotle this week announced chicken al pastor. Is that a pork al pastor? So it's the same method of cooking. It's a spicier seasoning and it has pineapple in it. It's pretty good. I had that for lunch today. I really am craving a freaking hamburger, like with bun and everything.
But I've done good. Yesterday I weighed 300 clothed.
Congrats, man.
So, yeah.
I hit I think I've lost too much weight to the point that I got exhausted on top of like the not sleeping stage. Yeah. So I was feeling like crap for like a few days. Like you saw it like when we talked last time. And then I let myself pig out on Friday and that kind of got me recharged.
Yeah, I had whatever it was Wednesday night that this previous Wednesday night is whenever I got the Xbox and I ate pizza. I stayed up late, drank Coke, ate pizza. It was like high school all over again. It was great.
Did the sugar hit you extra hard now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I actually, and it was really funny though, because I only gained like a pound back and I lost it within a couple days.
I mean, a pound is 3,500 calories.
Yeah. So, and I had a couple donuts with some milk. I cheated. I binged.
So I mean, you can. So like, there's like your net weight, which is like the materials that's in your body, and then there's like your weight, right? So yeah, you can temporarily gain a pound and go away the next day.
Yeah. No, I was
I mean, if you think about it, that's less than 1/3% of your body weight changing. So that.
Yeah.
Your scale's margin of error being 0.5% probably. You know. Don't beat yourself up over a pound.
Oh no, I wasn't beating myself up at all. I'm very proud of myself. I'll be happy whenever tomorrow's another weigh-in day. I hope I weigh at least 299. Like when I weigh, I was like 300.00 when I weighed myself. I was like, nice. I was about to fart. See if I can make it.
Yeah, you just take your shirt off for a second or something like that. Like,
I'm like, hold on 1 second. Let me take this shoe off. I'll be right back. Let's try this again.
Well, I mean, I grew up with a spring scale, so like I remember I used to be able to like shift my body weight on it and like change it 5 pounds. You know?
Yeah, that was always fun. You'd like lean forward and like you'd like gain 20 pounds.
Yeah, I've got a digital scale now, so I don't get to do that.
Yep, I got a digital one as well. I do the whole Bluetooth and everything on it. So track my fat ass day to day. But all right, dude, I'm gonna hop off here. I'll talk to you later.
I'm waving.
Oh, I don't keep the camera up. Bye, because I usually don't have a camera. See ya, dude.